This is a part 2 to the pain of exhaustion. I've been fighting it for 30 years. You know, all I did was ask God to change my life. Please, God, I wanted parents that were nice to me. Please. Please. I wanted people that would be nice to me. I wanted friends. I wanted love. I wanted a job. I wanted a career. I wanted family. I wanted all of those things, and God took everything away from me. And He made me face so much rejection. And so much programming and so many people's fucking demons. And he let me take it on. And He let me be around people who conditioned me to believe it was my fault. The whole time. And no matter what I did, even if I was standing up for the right thing, I was punished for it. I was the one who ended up hurt. I was the one who had to lose everything for it. Everything I ever tried to do. Everything. Every relationship, every job, around every family member. And it was the death of a child that changed me. Where I said, I can't do this anymore. And so ever since then, I've been holding on by a string. And God took everything away from me after that. I lost all my best friends. I lost my relationship. I was just around so much abuse. I couldn't escape abuse. I still can't after 30 years. I'm in so much debt, all of that stuff. All of the illusions down here. And so I'm exhausted. "30 years of pure torment and torture and hell. That's the only way I can describe my life. And for so much of it, I've just wanted to die because it's been so painful. And then that's isolated me even further because there's not a lot of people who can relate to that feeling. And then I come share my darkness and people can't meet me in it. They turn away, they run away, they minimize, they say, I talk too much about too many things that are dark, and it's just like, yeah, because that's literally the reality that I've had to face. So in order to make other people comfortable, I've had to pretend that I wasn't in as much pain as I was in. And then when I tried to express that I was in pain, it didn't matter. Nobody cared. Or they blamed it on me. So it's been really hard. That's why my channels are so radical, they're so out there because I was willing to accept that to stay. God's always just given me just enough incentive to live. He has broken down my will to live my entire life. And I've had to fight against that. And then I have to sit here and accept that that's who I am. And I just wish I could be normal. I wish I had a different life. I wish I could be on it. I wish I could just be a little nurse somewhere, someplace, with a nice person who loves me and friends and a family that is normal and all of those things. But that's not the berries in my basket. The berries in my basket are very dark. And that makes me difficult to understand and to relate to when it's like all you want as a human is connection with other people. But God's done something to me that has disconnected me from people because I've had to face a reality that most people have not had to face. Where he's like ripped everything from me. But it's like slowly over. It's like I just basically learned throughout this process that I come to earth to die. I don't come to earth to live. I never was happy here. It was always a fight and a struggle to keep going for me. So it's insane that I've existed for as long as I have, and I've made it as long as I have through the shit that I have. But this has been the hardest part, this last leg of this here. It's felt the most unsurvivable because I've literally felt like I'm going nuts and insane, and also I'm completely alone doing it. And also I have to get out of all identities that God's ever given me. You know, and that's the other reason why he made my life die so slowly, but die. So I would detach from it, but it's been that's excruciatingly painful. And I wish I wasn't so dark. I wish I was different. I wish I didn't have to carry this pain. I wish I could pretend. But that's all I've done all my life, is pretend. So other people feel more comfortable around me. So I could have friends. So I could have a life. Because if I existed like this, in my truth, it would have isolated me. I would have had nobody. Because nobody would want to be around me. Because the world's already dark enough. You know, we don't need your darkness too. And it's like, well, I've had no fucking choice but to sit in darkness. And then I had to forgive God. And I had to forgive. And I had to heal. And I tried. And all I've come to is the conclusion that, like, this, like, you can't unless something changes. There's, like, literally nothing. There's no amount, like, it's useless. And that's just my experience. And people aren't going to understand my experience because they have no idea what it's like to exist like this for 30 years. People I can see have parts of it, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And God lets people rest. You know, he never let me rest. I stopped working because I literally couldn't function anymore. Because the pain became too much.